From the National Information Technology Development Agency, Nitda. This is Nitda Impact, your guide to a digital Nigeria.
As the revolutions in the ICT world power on, it is impossible that the ecosystem is not affected by certain behaviors and practices that are unbecoming of value chain actors and business owners alike. It is in regulation that people are restricted from terrorizing others in the name of performing strict business practices. The National Information Technology Development Agency, Nitda, as the highest ICT regulatory authority in the country, has continued to regulate over-the-top behaviors of financing agents and the kinds of services they offer. On today's episode, we're looking at Nitda, regulating online loan administrators with hazy business policies. I am Edidion Frank, and this is Nitda Impact.
This is Nitda Impact, your guide to a digital Nigeria.
You can be a part of this program by logging on to our website, www.nitda.gov.ng, or all our social media handles displayed right on your screens. Let's begin with what's making the news headlines this week. Computer science students of College of Education, Mina, visit Nitda's e-government center on excursion. Nitda donates computers to the National Children Dialogue to mark Universal Children's Day. Here's the news proper. Nitda's e-government training center has become a mecca of some sort as the center continues to offer a series of trainings and receive students on educational tour from outside and within Nigeria. The center recently played host to computer science students of College of Education, Mina, Niger State, who came to understudy the center so as to gain clearer understanding of how government can be run digitally. Here's Nitda Impact Senior Correspondent Sophia Ogezi with details.
The Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy is daily collaborating with organizations and institutions towards achieving total digital technology and digital transformation for Nigeria. This the ministry achieves through the e-government training center. Speaking during an educational tour of the center by students of the Computer Science College of Education, Mina, the director of the e-government training center, Professor Suleiman Mohammed, urged the visiting student to pay attention to their tour guide and the teachings on e-governance, as e-governance has the capacity to build a country's economy and improve its structure and functions.
In what are we training them? Just as my colleague is saying, we are training them in what is called e-government, electronic government. E-government, that is, means making government services government services. Those services of government that you and I access from government, those services. You know the services? For instance, you want to, I know before you went to college of education, you must have done your NECO, your WAEC, your NATE, and I believe your JAM. All these organizations are government organizations. The services they give are government services. So you as a student, SS3 student, for you to register for JAM or for WAEC, you are accessing government services.
Also speaking, Hajia Sefi Othman, a member of staff of the center, told the visiting student more about e-government and its functions, as well as the purpose of the e-government initiative, which is to increase access to learning opportunities, increase flexibility, enhance the general quality of teaching and learning, develop the skills and competence needed, and also ensure that learners have the digital literacy skill required in their discipline, profession, or career in order to help them get work in the future, and to meet the learning needs of millennial students, stay at the leading edge of educational technology development, and to institutionalize learning to enable self-managed learning.
You all here are very lucky because you have that requisite knowledge of ICT, isn't it? So by the time we start implementing the project, and let me remind you that the project is not something of 1, 2, 3 years. I believe all of you sitting here will play Q. It's a very long-term project. We have started sensitizing Nigerians on the importance and futures that e-government has to have. The major objectives of e-government are government at online service. What do we mean by that? At any point in time that that you want to access government service, you can do it, isn't it? We all know that sometimes when we need information from ministries, we have to take ourselves to ministries, isn't it? Working hours is 8 to 4. So at the close of work hours, we can't get anything. But when e-government services are implemented, at any time of the night, you can access such services.
It's brightening our critical thinking. And also, when we come to a place like this, it makes us know more about the theories we are.
Seriously, I've learned a lot. Like seriously, I learned like many things. I learned about how the government training was being produced and how it's being on date. And I learned a lot of things about networking, a lot of things about computing, and a lot about the ICT center. And I saw a lot of things that was very amazing, and it was fine.
By the end of the event, experts believe that the visit will be of tremendous impact to the visiting students' education and development as computer science students, and also help improve their daily lives, thereby leading to a greater digital age for Nigeria, Nigerians, and the world. Sophia Ogezi, reporting for Nitda Impact.
As part of activities marking this year's Global Children's Day, Nitda has donated computers to children with skills in various technological fields. Here is Nitda Impact correspondent Julia Dangiwa with the rest of the report.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, said direct primaries will foster youth participation in electoral process, governance and democracy, and that deliberate effort must be made to prepare Nigerian children and youth to become leaders of tomorrow. The Right Honorable Speaker added that such effort must include involving them in governance and expanding the democratic space to accommodate many young persons. Gbajabiamila stated this while speaking at the National Children's Dialogue to mark the 2021 Universal Children's Day in Abuja. He explained that this was the reason he championed an amendment to the Electoral Bill 2021 for the use of direct primaries by political parties as a method of choosing candidates for elective positions.
Of all the decisions we must make today, there are none more consequential than those we make about investing in our children, protecting them, ensuring their health and well-being, and providing them with a solid education upon which to build their future. Technology has changed our world. We no longer exist in communal or national silos, but as part of the broad fabric of humanity in a global village, where opportunities and challenges abound. In this new world, where a child with a computer and internet connection in Lagos can compete for jobs in Texas or Bombay, our job as leaders is to ensure that every Nigerian child is educated and empowered to compete in and succeed in this global marketplace of ideas and talent.
Earlier in his remark, the Director General, National Information Technology Development Agency, Malam Kashifu Inua, who was represented by Nitda's Director IT Infrastructure Solutions, Dr. Usman Gambo Abdullahi, appreciated the effort of the African Leadership and Values Development Initiative, CALDEV, for the timely event. He said, though, the initiative calls for huge investments in youth education, particularly technology, which he said has transformed the world into a global village, delivering services and innovations at an unprecedented speed.
Technology drives everything. And it's in the realization of that the National Information Technology Development Agency, on behalf of government, does intervention. And the focus of Nitda's intervention is schools. It's interesting that a school came from Dr. that has no single laptop. Nitda has intervened from the time it was set up to date. It has gone around all the 774 local government areas. It has centers, learning centers, and also in tertiary institutions.
As one of the partners of this year's event, Nitda donated 10 laptops and 10 desktop computers to the children who have special skills in various fields of study. Earlier, Bamidele Salam, Chairman Board of Directors of the Children of African Leadership and Values Development Initiative, explained that the purpose of the project is to build exemplary children with all the qualities that will lead Nigeria to become a truly great nation. Children and participants from various schools were part of the dialogue. African Leadership and Values Development Initiative (CALDIF) is a non-governmental organization, NGO, and non-profit organization established to teach and mentor children and youth for development of a brighter and better future. It was founded in 2015 by Representative Bamidele Salam, current member of the National Assembly representing Ide South Egbedora and Ejibo Federal Constituency of Osun State, and few professionals and social development advocates with a commitment to training and mentoring young Africans to become change agents. Juliet Dengiwa, reporting for Nitda Impact.
This is Nitda Impact, your guide to a digital Nigeria. From industries to agriculture, automobiles to governance, tech innovation powering creativity and education. Technology connects them all on Nitda Impact.
I, Kashfino Abdullahi, DGC on Nitda, invite you to always tune into NTA channels every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. and Channels TV every Saturday, 2:30 p.m. to watch what Nitda is doing to impact your life positively and also help you understand how you can benefit from digital economy policy in line with President Muhammadu Buhari's economic diversification agenda.
Nitda Impact, powering the Nigeria digital economy.
Time now for Nitda's cybersecurity update.
Educating children on safe use of internet is our topic for discussion on this week's cybersecurity update. I am Mansour Aliyu Hassan. Thank you for joining us. The internet has information that can enrich our lives, as it can also harm us and our loved ones. Nowadays, most children have access to their own devices and internet, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. As much as you want your children to have access to the internet, you also want them to remain safe online. Here are some ways to protect your children and teach them how to use the internet safely. Set parental monitoring or child restrictions on their devices to keep them safe. Inform them that it is dangerous to reveal their locations and personal information to strangers online. Set limits on their internet usage. Keep track of WhatsApp they use and website they visit. Teach them about privacy and dangers of predators online. Enlighten them on what information they are to share, as anything they post on the internet remains there forever. That's all we have for you this week. Stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.
This is Nitda Impact, your guide to a digital Nigeria.
This week's special report is on Nitda regulating online loan administrators with hazy business policies.
As the revolutions in the ICT world power on, it is impossible that the ecosystem is not affected by certain behaviors and practices that are unbecoming of value chain actors and business owners alike. It is in regulation that people are restricted from terrorizing others in the name of performing strict business practices. The National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, as the highest ICT regulatory authority in the country, has continued to regulate over-the-top behaviors of financing agents and the kinds of services they offer. NITDA has advised Nigerians to be vigilant when handing information or personal data to different institutions via the cyberspace. It is a most critical situation that has resulted in many losses. There are numerous institutions that flood the internet promising loans without collateral and seamless processing of loans in unbelievably fast time. Nigerians must be careful when they initiate transactions with financing agents that appear too good to be real, because the consequences can be dire. Certain micro-loaning fintechs offer uncollateralized collateralized loan facilities to Nigerians with highly exorbitant interest rates. The loans can be processed in 5 minutes to 24 hours and disbursed accordingly. The problem with some of these fintechs operating in Nigeria is the fact that they are selling services with conditions that they have not well perfected themselves. And in order to ensure that borrowers pay back the loans, they have resorted to some unbelievable tactics that include cyberbullying, hacking of people's accounts, and sending shame messages to the contacts on people's phones. The cases have reached a fever pitch, and Nitda had to step in and sanitize the fintech ecosystem in Nigeria. On August 17, 2021, Nitda released a statement informing the public that it was fining Soko Loan 10 million naira for invading the privacy of Nigerians after accessing their details through the contact of the firm's app users. Soko Loan has paid the fine, and as per reports from different media outlets, the firm is set to leave Nigeria. But what really caused the punitive action by Nitda? Several petitions had been written to the IT agency informing her of the antics of Soko Lending Company. A typical message to their client who defaults by just a few days may read, quote, "This is to inform the general public that Mr. John Doe with phone number XXX is a chronic debtor and a fraudster. He is on the run after duping a lending money company. You are authorized to stay clear of him." Another one may read, quote, "Final warning. Good day. Be informed Miss Jane Doe with phone number 081303XXX is a defaulter who took loan and has vehemently refused to pay. Hence, her actions has proven to be suspicious. Kindly reach her and compel her to pay up her loan, as the company is taking unfriendly and drastic measures, including reporting her debt to credit bureau, as this is an allegedly fraudulent act. Note, you are getting this message because she gave us your number as emergency contact," unquote. First of all, this is a contravention of the explicit regulations that are stipulated in the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation, NDPR, as issued by Nitda. More disheartening is the fact that these messages they send go to clients, investors, and people that hold these customers in high esteem. Even upon payment of the loan, the damage to their reputations is already done, and there is nothing to do about it. These lending agencies do not have the morality of sending a rejoinder, say that their previous messages were false. Soko Loan is just one example. Findings from research conducted by the Nitda Impact research team has shown that other fintechs are also involved in this most unprofessional behavior, and it is only a matter of time before Nitda gets to all of them. All fintechs involved in these actions should be aware that Nigeria has proper laws, and Nitda has continued to develop the necessary regulations that criminalize such actions. If they have succeeded in other countries, they are sure to fail in Nigeria. To ensure the rights and privileges of Nigerians are properly protected from such preying fintech companies, Nitda has entered into strategic partnership with the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC. The partnership is to address the alarming rates of data privacy abuse by money lending operators in Nigeria. Section 17A of the FCCPA 2019 empowers the Commission to administer and enforce provisions of every Nigerian law with respect to competition and protection of consumers. Furthermore, on the 15th of November 2021, the FCCPC, ICPC, EFCC, Nitda, NHRC, and CBN met in order to establish joint investigation into the rights violations that is suddenly prevalent in the money lending industry. On ending complaints about questionable repayment enforcement practices, including public shaming and violations of privacy, arbitrary, unjust, unreasonable, or exploitative interest rates, and/or loan balances calculations, harassments, and failure of consumer feedback mechanisms, among others, have led to significant and understandable consumer aggravation and dissatisfaction. Nitda will stop at nothing to sanitize the fintech ecosystem in Nigeria and protect Nigerians from the predatory and unreasonable activities of some fintechs. Nigerians also need to continue informing the agency of violations. All money lending operators and other data controllers and processors should be aware that Nitda is set to enforce the privacy rights of Nigerians in line with the Nigeria Data Protection Regulation, NDPR 2019. Controllers and processors who seek guidance on compliance with the NDPR should contact Nitda licensed data protection compliance organizations, DPCO. Rights violations will be met with zero tolerance.
This is Nitda Impact, your guide to a digital Nigeria.
Up next are our tech tips for the week. Beware of the federal government's CBN 500 million naira grant for Nigerians. The attention of the National Information Technology Development Agency Computer Emergency Readiness and Response Team has been drawn to a vital message being disseminated on social media, claiming that the federal government, in collaboration with the CBN, is granting 500 million naira to Nigerians. The grant, which is termed Federal Government CBN 500 million naira grant for Nigerians, is accessible via a certain website. Individuals are requested to click on the link in order to access the grant. These websites have been found to spread malware to visiting users while also requesting for personal information. Nitda thereby advises the general public to desist from divulging personal information on this website and other similar websites and avoid clicking on unknown links in order not to fall prey to fraudsters.
This is Nitda Impact, your guide to a digital Nigeria.
On Innovation Hub is Aliyu Bello Aliyu with My Clinic. My Clinic is a healthcare technology company solving the problem of healthcare access in Africa. They started building 3 years ago and launched their telemedicine platform 2 years ago. Through their mobile applications and toll-free lines, thousands of Nigerians were provided access to qualified medical doctors from anywhere and at any time.
Hello, my name is Aliyu Bello Aliyu and I am the founder and CEO of My Clinic. My Clinic is a healthcare technology company at its core. We build software for the healthcare value chain basically. This ranges from telemedicine infrastructure that facilitates remote medical consultation between patients and doctors, all the way to electronic medical record systems that enable hospital automation for healthcare facilities in resource-limited settings. Back then when we were in school, we'd constantly have this engagements, this informal conversations where we ask ourselves questions about how technology could potentially transform systems and processes in and around the healthcare landscape in Nigeria, and then would come up with this where all sorts of weird ideas basically as regards how you could use technology to tackle specific problems. And basically that's how it started. Before you know it, one thing led to another. We graduated from school and then we started My Clinic as initially as a telemedicine company basically. So what we did then was we built mobile applications that enabled individuals and families to hold online medical consultations with qualified medical doctors. To be fair, the engagements with Nitda have been immensely helpful. Helpful doesn't even begin to describe how Nitda has positively impacted our trajectory, both as individuals and as a business. Where do I start from? From trainings to scholarships to sponsorship to seminars and events within and outside Nigeria. First of all, we constantly also call the attention of stakeholders to the fact that significantly more resources will need to be allocated and invested within the healthcare system, targeting those particular rural areas before any tangible progress is made. Of course, technology can optimize a lot of these things, but yeah, technology alone will not cut it.
This is Nitda Impact, your guide to a digital Nigeria.
Nitda will stop at nothing to sanitize the fintech ecosystem in Nigeria and protect Nigerians from the predatory and unreasonable activities of some fintechs. Nigerians also need to continue informing the agency of violations. All money lending operators and other data controllers and processors should be aware that Nitda is set to enforce the privacy right of Nigerians in line with the Nigeria Data Protection Regulation NDPR 2019. Controllers and processors who seek guidance and compliance with the NDPR should contact Nitda Licensed Data Protection Compliance Organizations, DPCO. Rights violations will be met with zero tolerance. To learn more on how you can benefit from our activities, kindly log on to our website www.nitda.gov.ng or all our social media handles displayed right on your screen. Until we come your way next time, our special appreciation goes to the President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Pantami, the Director General of Nitda, Malam Kashifu Inoa, and the entire management and staff of Nitda for this program. I am Edidong Frank. Bye for now.